attached to being a private astronaut candidate, and when I was selected, I thought nothing could stop me. But then a vertigo diagnosis disrupted my training and landed me in and out of hospitals. What I thought was a personal setback turned out to be a much deeper issue, because just as it's a problem in space, it's a problem here on Earth. 40% of Americans experience balance issues like motion sickness or vertigo, and since starting Avionova, I've had people come up to me after every talk, not just to say that they have the disorder, but to share how it's changed their lives. I've heard about missed milestones, lost careers, and daily moments stolen by uncertainty. Recurrent vertigo and balance disorders cost the U.S. healthcare system an estimated $48 billion annually. Yet current solutions aren't built for moments that matter. Medication can take up to an hour to work and cause sedation, and surgery is invasive and limited to a small group. And there's no wearable technology that supports balance loss in real time until now. Introducing Gravitone, real-time stabilization earbuds that work in 3 simple steps. Cool. A gentle cooling pulse soothes your inner ear, slowing disorientation before it begins. Stabilize. By quieting the ear signals, we prevent dizziness, nausea, and balance loss. And optimize. Using an ultra-efficient cooling material, long-lasting comfort on minimal power. Unlike pills, Gravitone acts instantly, with 0 sedatives, 0 impairment, and 0 downtime. Now, how exactly are we going to get there? We're actually going to sidestep a little bit first and focus on the motion sickness segment, where balance is more preferable, and unfortunately so many of us do deal with the seasickness and the air sickness as well. So we've developed 2 technologies. The first one is more for consumer use. They're disposable and they don't use electricity. Essentially what happens is the user cracks the cooling agent like a glow stick. There's a delaying agent and the cooling agent itself, and what happens is these earbuds slowly cool down your ears for a duration of 1 to 2 hours. Now, given our previous conversations, we've hit the tourism sector as a firestorm, honestly. We have interest and customers already lined up within the aviation sector, so the island hopping, such as like the Hawaii flights, air taxis, and the expedition cruises as well. So I'm really excited for that because hopefully they let me go to Antarctica with them. Sang that out. The other device is the one I'm personally excited about, being someone who deals with vertigo disorder, Meniere's disease, which really sucks, especially because you start to not be able to hear anything and you rely on either surgery or, you're not allowed to use salt, caffeine, and it just kills the vibe for a 21-year-old, honestly. Like, no alcohol either. But anyways, this device itself, we actually started product development on it in 2 days ago, right? Super, super excited for this because we're working with an incredible crew called Nonfiction. They are space-centered but also medical-centered at the same time, and this will make sense in a second. Other than that, we're working with Ohio State to validate our results out of this technology, and again, super, super excited for where this takes us. Other than that, cooling application itself isn't just for vertigo. It's been proven to help restore hearing function and preserve hearing function in both ototoxicity, which is cancer and chemotherapy-induced hearing loss, but also sound-induced environments as well. Other than that, we are also exploring Parkinson's disease and relieving tremors as a future use case. So we've secured a manned research flight aboard Halo Space in 2026 to monitor and protect passengers aboard the spacecraft, validating Gravitone in one of the most extreme environments possible. We actually also secured a second space flight. You guys are the first to hear about this, with Virgin Galactic aboard their IS-02 Delta Diary series with astronauts Kelly, Shauna, and Nora already identified. Not only are they actively working with us, but they're helping us set the standard for how these earbuds will be used in space. Once these earbuds go up with Virgin Galactic on their first flight, we aim to mandate these into all passengers' ears, and Virgin Galactic is shooting for 125 space flights a year starting in 2027. So I'm a solo founder, but not lacking in experience. As Gary had mentioned earlier, I've worked in tech commercialization with NASA from literally everything from ice on airplane wings to pyrometers, and I've also worked in the medical side of astronautics as well. I've taught at University of Oxford for aerospace principles, and again, I'm a bioastronautics researcher. Absolutely love that job. We have two incredible advisors with us. Alan Gilbert, he was our EIR at Techstars, and he was with Cover My Meds early on for product development and team building. And Laura Atkinson, she's our healthcare and strategy advisor. She's built and exited 4 different healthcare startups to CVS, Human, and other companies. So far, we have commitments across defense, private space, and healthcare systems, but once again, really excited for the motion sickness segments, especially because our initial customers are abroad, and we will be starting this in the fall. So over the course of this year, building out that first product and getting it to the hands of our customers, this gives us the great opportunity to have our customers tell us what they like, what they don't like about these earbuds, especially as we begin mass production and bring them back to the States. And a little bit of background on that, those customers include Ocean View Expeditions. They do the Antarctic cruises, they're based in Belgium, and then we have the air taxis that are going to start operating in September in Dubai. And once we are more comfortable with the motion sickness segment and have begun clinical trials in early 2026 with Ohio State University, we plan to expand into the Vertigo segments. Our end goal for this technology is to license it into either commercial hearing aids, because as you have vertigo, you start to lose your hearing in the process. Anyone who's talked to me, my friend Dean here, I can't hear a word he says since day one. And then other than that, commercializing this into commercial earbuds as well for the motion sickness purposes. We're looking for our next customers, from training centers and clinics to pilot Gravitone to experience instant balance support. Once again, my name is Noor Hajjameen, and thank you so much for your time.